Alright, time for another quick review here. This time another product from Toguard. Looking for a way to film simultaneously our family road trips. So what's going on in the car as well as what's going on kind of in front of the car as we're driving. Found this on Amazon and I thought I'd give it a try. So it's a dual 1080p full HD dash camera. So as you can see in the picture here, there are two cameras and they swivel front and back. Dual wide-angle lenses. So let's open it up and see what's in the box. Right off the top we've got a nice little user's manual for the Toguard CE45 dual channel full HD 1080p dash camera. If you're interested in looking further at this, you can pause this video on any page you wish, but this goes through all your buttons and then basic functions, how to turn it on, up, OK, down, M mode button, and reset. Basic setup and installation stuff. So shoots in 2160p at 24 frames, so that's pretty good. Probably the setting I'll be using is the 1080p at 30 or 1440 at 30 frames. 30 frames is pretty good for YouTube, that sort of stuff. So loop recording, 1, 3, or 5 minutes, wide dynamic range. Pretty much all these cameras now have that. That's just to decrease the contrast in the dark areas from the light areas of your picture. Motion detection, so it has a motion detection function of some sort. G sensor, which is a gravity sensor. It'll detect a significant shock and movement and automatically locks the current video recording. Parking monitor, used to protect your car while it's parked. If your car is bumped or this camera is bumped, it'll start recording automatically and then shut down. Display mode, a lens exchange, so you can switch from A to B and B to A. And then photo taking mode, you can also just take photos with it, so that's pretty cool. 3-inch LCD screen. Photo resolution is in 12, 10, 8, 5, 3, and VGA. Video coding is H.264, that's pretty standard. English, French, Spanish, Portuguese, German, Italian, Chinese, Russian, and Japanese. Built-in microphone. I'll be keen to know if that's mono or stereo. That's important for video editing. I mean, there's not that you can't get stereo, but it'd be nice if it was in stereo. And external power supply is 5 volts. That's pretty standard. That's what comes out of any USB type outlet like that would power this thing just nicely. I'd imagine it comes with its own cord though. And then there's a troubleshooting section there. And again, if you're having problems, this manual comes with yours, and there's some contact information that you can get a hold of them and find out what's going on. Oh, and there it is there. It's quite a slick looking unit. So this is an unboxing. This is the first time that I've actually seen this thing. So this will be where you insert your mounting device, I presume, release and lock, it says there. So you can see you've got 2 lenses and they're fully swivelable. I'm making up words, but you know what I mean. More than 180 degrees actually. That goes from front to back, as does the other lens. So I won't touch the lenses, but there you go. So the idea being that you have one lens, oh, and they're labeled A and B. So let's say we have B looking forward and A is looking back. So A is going to record obviously what's in the vehicle, and there's where you're going to plug in there. And there's also an output for AV, so we'll have to look into that and see what that's about. In the box we have the power cord. This will be the main power cord. It looks to be quite long. I'll measure that up and let you know how long that thing is. Just a cigarette adapter. Oh, but the cool thing about that is they've included an external USB jack, so you can charge your phone or other things while this thing is there. So that's a pretty good feature. Comes with a dash cam recording sticker that, of course, when you flip it over and put it on your windshield, it'll read the right way. So that's kind of a good feature as well. Here's your suction cup mounting hardware, and that's going to be pretty straightforward. Stick that to the window, adjust it where you want, and then put your camera in there, and it talks about how to do that, I'm sure, in the instructions. So we'll have a look through there. Lock and release. You just slide it in, it looks like. Maybe it goes this way. Yeah, it goes that way. That slides in there nicely. So that'll kind of sit on your window just like that, I bet. So we have some two-sided, oh, this is an alternative for mounting it, I guess. You could put this in there and then hard mount it with some 3M or 3W tape, two-sided tape there. So that's another mounting option. This is a little tool for routing your wiring all around your window and down around. You can kind of tuck this in behind your molding and stuff and manipulate it that way. And then they have 4 of these little, they've got some sticky tape there. You peel that off, and these are a little clip that will allow you to run the wiring through there to hold it out of the way as well. There's no SD card included. Sometimes there is. In this case there was not. There's a little circle that says R there, so I'm presuming that's your audio. R. Is there an audio L? I don't see one, so we'll look into that as well. So anyway, let me read the manual. I'll get right back to you and we'll walk through the menus on this thing and how to use it. Okay, we're back. I've had a little time to go through the manual there, and let's turn this thing on and see what we can do to play with it. It does have an internal battery, and the reason I know that is because it has a function where if your car gets hit or this gets jostled, it'll automatically turn on and start recording. So for this exercise, I've set up a little remote battery pack with a USB. This always puts out 5 volts. That's a standard output, so we're going to use that as our power source. Normally you would use your cigarette lighter plugged in. It's the same plug here. So this will simulate plugging it in, and it's already live. So when I plug this in, this thing should come on. Let's see what happens. Yep, there it is. So there's your welcome screen, and there I am. Oh, please insert an SD card. So I don't have an SD card in there right now. You can see everything's upside down, so we're going to work with that here in the menu. So you push M for menu. At the top of the menu, we'll just go through these step by step. Can you see that? No, you can't. Let's zoom in on that. There you go. So the first item of the menu is resolution. So we click OK, and there you can see the resolutions that are available to us. So we have a 2160p at 24 frames, we have a 1440p at 30 frames, we have a 1080p at 30 frames, and then we have a 1080p and B 1080p. So that means both cameras will be 1080p. That's what I have it set on now. So OK to get back out of that. Loop recording, that tells us how long it'll make the little video files on the card. I've got that off so that it'll just make one long video for me. You could set that up to be 5-minute videos. I guess that would be okay. Wide dynamic range, there's a couple of settings, and this is good. Soft or strong. I've chosen soft to see how that works. We'll take this thing out in a minute and try it out. Soft will mean it won't be as pronounced on the contrast, hopefully. Motion detection, I've got that off. This thing has a thing where it can detect motion. G sensor, and that's the severity in which this thing needs to be shocked in order to trigger it to lock the current file. Parking monitor, how sensitive do you want it? So that when your car is parked and it gets bumped, will it turn on automatically? I'm going to leave that off for now. I'm not going to use that. Display mode, so we have front camera or rear camera, or front and rear in picture. And PIP stands for picture in picture, or picture in picture, rear and front. So that just, in a minute you'll see how they mean picture in picture. And then lens exchange, so when you turn this on, it'll basically flip the images on both lenses, and that'll make the image look okay. If you noticed before, it was not okay. So now we're upside down. Oh, it's still not okay. They're both upside down. Let's go back into menu and go back to lens exchange and turn that off and see if that fixes our problem. It does. So now they're both right side up. You can see please insert an SD card, I know. I'm right side up, as is our picture. There's my little computer screen and my fingers. We have one more menu to get over to, and that is this one, which has date and time. Go in there and you can set the date and time. So we're in the mountain time zone here, that's fine. Language, you can choose all of your languages. Find your language of choice and select OK. TV mode, NTSC or PAL. Of course, here in Canada we are on NTSC. Frequency, that's the frequency of the lighting around you, indoor lighting, 50 or 60 hertz. Screensaver, 3 minutes, 1 minute, 30 seconds, or off. I'm going to leave that on off. I want to see this little screen all the time to see what it's recording. Format, so that's format the entire, I presume, the card, but we don't have a card in there, so I'm going to cancel that. Default settings, you can send everything back to the default setting. I'm going to cancel that. And then what version do you have? This is the Toguard CE 45-2018-1219. And that is all the settings. Now, let's take this thing out to the car and we'll get it set up and go for a drive and see what the quality of the video is like. One more quick thing before we go. I wanted to show you that you can adjust quickly how which screen shows on the front here. Just by pushing this button here, it'll cycle through what you see. So right now you're only seeing the back camera, and now you're only seeing the front camera. And then you can change it to picture in picture. So back camera is now picture in picture, or front camera is now picture in picture and back camera is the larger of the two. So that's a great feature. I like that. Really keen to see the quality out of this thing, and we're going to see that here in just a minute. Let's go set it up in the car and see what it looks like. We're heading to the swimming pool right now. We're going to take Colton swimming for his afternoon workout. Thought we'd try out the new Toguard dual camera dash cam. Pretty cool, you can see both of us, see? I like it. We're going to use this for family road trips and stuff to record all the action. Alrighty, let's go left here, because getting out of here is going to be a little bit convoluted. What a cool thing, eh? I mean, how the audio is going to be. This is, I'll just put the audio right onto the sample footage. Maybe I'll make it picture-in-picture, just like it shows on here. Got us in the upper left corner, and then the big picture is the forward-looking dash cam. Quality looks pretty good, hey? Too bad the windshield's not very clean. It's winter here in Canada, though. You can't have a clean windshield in winter. Ooh. This guy's going to, though. We'll give him a wave, and we'll give him the old four ways. All right, put down the visor because it is bright sunny light. I'm gonna wash the windshield. See if that helps our view. Did that help our view? Boy, it pays to have a clean windshield when you got a dash cam, doesn't it? That's not too bad. It's got a wide field of view in here. Look at that. You can see window to window. That's like 5 feet, maybe just under 5 feet across. That's pretty neat. Stock settings, everything's stock. Right out of the box. Yeah, see, I'm gonna let this guy in. See that? That's what nice people do. And that makes me a nice person. Other than stealing fish from my kid. Oh, thanks, bud. I love yellow crackerfish. Yes. What'd you catch today? I caught a crackerfish. Spotted yellow crackerfish. That's what you want in a dash cam, because you want to see stuff coming in from the left and from the right. I was just at a motor vehicle crash the other night on the ambulance when I was working, and as soon as the police showed up, they wanted to know who had the dash cam, and nobody did. So they do use that dash cam footage for sure. And in this case, it was hard to tell who hit who and how they hit, and who ran a red and who ran the green. So.
Oh, I'm running out of snacking time. When's that?
Uh-oh. Better snack up. Get your snack attack on. We weren't supposed to pick up your friend David today, were we? No, she swims later. Okay. Today's Monday. Oh, this is great. I love having this view. I love having us in the top corner. It's a little distracting because I'm kind of watching, it's like watching TV. That guy's going to hit that guy. I'm going to see if I can hit him too. It's like having a TV in your car. You really got to just kind of ignore it. You know it's there. All right, so there you have it. Lesson learned. Always format your SD card before you get going there. I forgot to do that, so it ran out there and filled up. I just have I think it's a 18, 16 gig. It's a small one. Love the quality of this thing, love the audio. We're going to get a couple of them, I think, for each vehicle and then go from there. So from family of 4, that's it. That's all we got. Get yourself one of these Toguard dual cam dash cams because they are excellent. I love it. Huge field of view, decent quality. Anyway, 2 thumbs up from family of 4. See you guys next time.